Just real quick, I would like to apologize to all of you in advance because today I'm going to be talking about Paul Breach, and you're going to have to listen. Paul Breach is a very infamous individual on TikTok. On said platform, he likes to dance and do thirst traps, if you can even call them that. He also likes to live stream and interact with his audience.
Isabella, hello, how are you?
Even if you don't really know much about Paul Breach, there's a decent chance that you've at least seen this clip.
Oh, there's a plane crashed in Tanzania. God, blimey. Into the lake.
Just right back to business as usual. Oh, your mum's in the hospital. Sorry to hear that, mate. The likely first impression you've had of Paul is, wow, this guy looks way too old to be doing anything that he's doing.
Or if you're on the interweb, hot chocky wocky.
And well, he is in his 40s. If you don't know anything about Paul at all, then you might be thinking that this is kind of a mean video for me to be making. Just standing here and making fun of this not super mentally well-adjusted guy in his 40s on the internet, you know? Like, what's he done to me?
Hot chocky wocky.
And he hasn't done anything to me personally. But he is a massive creep. There have been a lot of disturbing accusations made against Paul over the years. Early on in his rise to TikTok fame, people noticed that Paul would seemingly only reply to comments from girls. Seemingly younger girls.
Why do you only talk to girls in the comments? Because it's only the girls that are commenting, and if it's a comment from a guy, I say hi. I don't know. Maybe because I'm dating them all and we're having babies. Only to the ones I'm married to, which is all of them.
44 years old, by the way, just want to reiterate that. He's also allegedly messaged multiple underage girls inappropriately. I have no idea if that's true. I have yet to see any hard evidence of that, but there is a lot of people saying it, and I'm not saying it is true. I just want to include those allegations in here because they seem much worse and more scary in conjunction with the other allegations. At one point, he was caught liking a minor's photos on Instagram. So this whole TikTok is just copyrighted music, so I'm talking over it. But Paul, I guess, followed this girl who was 19 and then liked a bunch of the photos from when she was younger, like 15. Which, weird either way, I think. Here is Paul's defense for that.
The ladies' pictures that I've liked, like I said this morning, she suffered with cancer when she was growing up. So I will like her prom pictures, because she survived to be a prom. I will like the other pictures because she was confident at posting, even though she's recovered and was recovering from cancer.
My follow-up question to ask there would be, why were you following her in the first place, Paul? But what is much worse than anything I've said so far is that Paul seemingly got a 16 or 17-year-old pregnant when he was 26 or 27. There's a lot of other videos and posts online that go more in depth about it, but basically people just went on his Facebook and found pictures of him and his old baby mama, and then connected the dots and the dates, and it did not look good. Now, this is a pretty heavy accusation with seemingly some evidence behind it. I mean, people just went on his Facebook and found it. So what did Paul have to say in his defense this time? Not much, really. You were in a relationship with a teenager when you were 27. How dare you call that normal?
How dare you call that normal? You don't like my morals? That's fine. We've stated, you don't like my moral compass. I will get over that. Your opinion on my moral compass isn't going to make my moral compass any different. You can repeat.
I think it's broken, Paul. I think your moral compass is broken. It doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, so pretty fucking gross. Pretty evil guy. So hopefully you don't think I'm a dick anymore for making fun of him. So we've established that he's a creep.
I don't want to. I don't want to date a 43-year-old.
But the main reason I wanted to make this video is that he is just so unfathomably strange in so many other ways. For example, he just lies about everything. But it's things that, like, most people wouldn't even think to lie about. Like pretending to be muted on live when he's not. It doesn't really work when you can hear his saliva. He also likes to pretend to reply to comments that aren't even there.
I hope things are good with you, Bab. Have you sent me your voice note yet? Have you sent me your voice? 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 Have you sent me your voice with me? Speak soon, Rachel. Keep being you with your Welsh twang. I said twang, nothing else. Yeah, you're the only person called Quint. Now why you, Moody?
Comments are off, bro. My personal favorite would have to be when he used sound effects to pretend a woman was with him.
But... Oh, bless you, love. Bless you. Love. Fucking hell. Jacob, thanks for the follow. Bless you. Bless you. So much. That is a fucking cracking impression of me, love. How you do that?
I like how whatever he's using to play the sounds messes up and it just plays what he said back to him. And he plays it off like the girl's doing an impression of him.
So much. That is a fucking cracking impression of me, love. How you do that?
I mean, you could not write this. What could possibly drive someone to do this? In a live format, nonetheless. I mean, it's brave, honestly. Sometimes there is a real woman with him, though, maybe. He did a live stream where he had, allegedly, a woman handing him sticky notes, which he then stuck on his face.
Peggy, thank you. Amy, thank you for TikTok. I love your nails. Oh my god. I don't know how you do those nails, you gorgeous specimen.
I think this is high art that simple-minded people like you and me just can't understand. I'm not sure that's even a real hand, though. It's clearly not Paul moving it, but it just does not look real. Another layer to add on top of all of this is he has the song Girls by the 1975 playing in the background, which is like an incredibly ironic song choice coming from Paul Breach. She can't be what you need if she's 17, Paul. Something that's also just kind of sad, honestly, is that throughout a lot of his TikTok career, aka his early 40s, Paul was still living with his father, which would lead to moments like this.
Millie, hi, thank you for TikTok. I have no plans today, now it's tomorrow. My plans tomorrow, busy day tomorrow.
His dad just wants to shit, and Paul's in the bathroom dancing on TikTok Live. Eventually, Paul did get kicked out, though, and then he went on kind of a tour around the UK, and people were filming him constantly, everywhere he went. People were posting Paul Breach sightings like he's a fucking cryptid. People would go hunting for him. The predator became the prey.
What are you doing, Nons? What are you doing, man? Oh, Nons, man, what are you doing? Excuse me.
Just right there, that's fine.
I got a nonce with me. I got a nonce here. He's a sex offender. Listen, he's actually a nonce. He's actually a nonce.
He was kind of at the height of his fame at this point too. And you would think due to a guy like Paul's past, he wouldn't be able to score big collabs, but no, he did. Paul was making money moves. He was collaborating with other famous influencers like Astrid Wet, who is an OnlyFans creator and boxer, just real Renaissance woman. She did get some backlash for filming TikToks with Paul though.
So I did a collab with Paul Breach, right? And since then, there has been so many messages from you guys, from my friends, telling me some stuff about Paul's past that I just didn't know. Like,
how do you know about Paul and not know he's a creep? That's like his whole shtick. And then he got in this drama for meeting up with a 19-year-old girl who was an OnlyFans influencer also. So he could take pictures of her, I guess. But keep in mind, Paul is in his 40s and not a professional photographer. But that is like just so far down the rabbit hole of Paul Breach that I don't even want to get into it. After a while, though, it seemed like Paul's infamy had died down. I mean, I hadn't seen or heard anything about him in like a year, probably. Good riddance, I thought. But then like last week, I got this video on my For You page.
Bear with me. I'm here to apologise. I believe that I have set unobtainable body goals.
And if I had to be reminded of Paul Breach, then so did you. Thank you for watching, and once again, I apologize.